All right, so you know how sometimes there's a story that just comes out of nowhere and it just completely throws you for a loop? Like yesterday, I was just going about my day thinking about the Masters coming up, checking out some swing analysis videos, and then boom, this news drops that just sidetracks everything.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's interesting how the personal lives of these public figures can just take over the headlines sometimes. It's like their professional achievements almost become secondary.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
Yeah.
the internet practically exploded yesterday when everyone found out that Tiger Woods is dating Vanessa Trump.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Vanessa Trump, as in the former daughter-in-law of Donald Trump. It's a pairing that, I gotta say, nobody saw coming.
Right. It's definitely a head scratcher. Like when you think about Tiger Woods and the Trump family, you don't exactly picture them hanging out
Not
together,
right.
right?
No, not at all. You've got Tiger, this intensely private golf legend who's always been so focused on his game. And then you've got, well, the Trumps, a family that's always in the spotlight, always making headlines. They just seem like they come from completely different worlds.
It's true. Their public personas and their professional lives are pretty much polar opposites.
Yeah.
But when you start digging a little deeper, you actually find some interesting connections between them,
Really?
especially when you look at their kids.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Vanessa Trump's son, Kai, and Tiger's kids, Sam and Charlie, they all go to the same school, right? The Benjamin School down in Florida.
Exactly. So there's already this shared environment, this common ground where their paths would naturally cross. It's a reminder that even though these figures might seem like they live in separate universes, they're still part of the same communities and can have these everyday connections.
And it goes beyond just the school thing, doesn't it? I mean, I remember seeing something about Kai Trump and Charlie Woods playing in a junior golf tournament together
Well,
recently.
yeah, that's right.
So it's not just a casual acquaintance through school drop-offs and pickups. Their kids are actually spending time together, doing the same activities, and those activities are directly linked to Tiger's world. I mean, that makes the whole relationship announcement feel a little less random.
Definitely. It makes you think that maybe this connection has been developing gradually over time, starting with the kids and then maybe the parents getting to know each other through those shared experiences.
It definitely adds a new layer to it. But then there's the way Tiger announced it, which is sort of this weird mix of wanting privacy and also putting it out there for the whole world to see. Like, he ends his social media post by saying they appreciate their privacy at this time, which, makes sense given his past and the media frenzy that usually surrounds him.
Yeah, it's understandable that he'd want to protect his personal life, especially a new relationship. But then he goes and announces it on X, formerly Twitter, which has, what, millions and millions of followers?
Exactly. And not just a simple text announcement either.
Yeah.
He posts two pictures, one of them pretty standard, just smiling for the camera, but the other one, well, let's just say it's a little more intimate.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's like a hammock shot. Vanessa's all relaxed on top of him, and he's looking up at her with this peaceful look on his face and the caption, "Love is in the air, and life is better with you by my side. We look forward to our journey through life together." I mean, come on, that's not exactly keeping things low-key.
Uh-huh. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It definitely raises the question of, is he really trying to stay private? Or is this more about controlling the narrative, getting ahead of the story before the tabloids do? It's like that old saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Right. It reminds me of when he started dating Lindsey Vonn back in 2013. They did the same kind of thing, coordinated social media announcement, pictures, a whole nine yards. It felt like a very deliberate attempt to manage the public's perception of their relationship.
Yeah, you're right. There's definitely a pattern here. Tiger's been burned by the media before, and it seems like he's learned to be more proactive when it comes to his personal life. He's trying to shape the narrative himself rather than letting the paparazzi and the gossip columns dictate it.
So the big question is this just another PR move? Or is there genuine happiness there? I mean, he's allowed to fall in love and share it with the world, right?
Absolutely. And it's probably a bit of both, to be honest. I mean, why not control the narrative and share your happiness at the same time? It's not like those two things are mutually exclusive.
That's a good point. It's not black and white. There are layers to it, like everything else in life. Speaking of layers, let's take a quick look back at Tiger's past relationships. I mean, it's no secret that his love life has been, well, kind of a roller coaster ride, right?
Yeah, it's definitely been in the spotlight a few times.
I mean, his divorce from Aylin Nordegren back in 2010 was huge news. It was all over the tabloids, and it definitely had a major impact on his image.
That was a really difficult time for him, and I think it made him even more guarded about his personal life. The media scrutiny was just relentless.
Yeah, it was. And then after that, he had a pretty high-profile relationship with Lindsey Vonn, the Olympic skier. They seemed like the perfect sports power couple, but it didn't last.
Yeah, they're both at the top of their game, both constantly traveling and competing. It's got to be tough to maintain a relationship with that kind of pressure and those kinds of schedules.
Oh, totally. And then most recently, there was his relationship with Erica Herman, which, well, let's just say it ended on a bit of a sour note. There were lawsuits, and it all got pretty messy.
It seems like maintaining a private personal life is a real challenge for someone in Tiger's position. Every relationship, every breakup, it all plays out in the public eye.
Yeah, it does. And it makes you wonder how this new relationship with Vanessa Trump will play out. I mean, she's no stranger to the spotlight either, coming from the Trump family.
Right, she's definitely used to the attention, the scrutiny, the whole media circus. That could be a good thing for them, actually. They both understand that world. They know what to expect.
Yeah, that shared experience could definitely be a bonding factor. But then there's the timing of this announcement. I mean, it comes just a few weeks after Tiger ruptured his Achilles tendon, which is a pretty serious injury.
That's right. It's going to keep him off the golf course for a while, which is a huge setback for any athlete, especially someone like Tiger who's so driven and competitive.
And rehab from an injury like that can be a long and lonely process. It's got to be
Huh.
tough, both physically and mentally. Which makes me think maybe this new relationship is actually coming at the perfect time. Maybe Vanessa can be that support system he needs while he's recovering.
Yeah, it's possible. Having someone there to support you, to keep you positive, can make all the difference in the world when you're going through something like that. It can really help with the mental and emotional side of recovery.
Absolutely. And, I'm just speculating here, but maybe this new relationship could even have an impact on his approach to golf when he does come back. Maybe it'll give him a fresh perspective, a new outlook on things. Sometimes major life changes can really shift your priorities.
You never know. Maybe it'll be a positive influence. Maybe it'll help him find a new balance in his life. Or maybe it'll just be a distraction. It's hard to say at this point. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I guess so. But hey, that's what makes it so interesting, right? The whole thing is just full of possibilities. So, to kind of wrap things up here, we started with this genuinely shocking news that Tiger Woods is dating Vanessa Trump. We explored the unexpected, yet maybe not so random, connection through their kids and the whole shared school and golf thing. We talked about how the announcement itself is this interesting push and pull between wanting privacy and wanting to control the narrative, which seems to be a recurring theme with Tiger. We took a quick trip down memory lane and looked at his past relationships, which, haven't exactly been smooth sailing. And finally, we considered the timing of all of this, happening right as he's facing a major injury and a long road to recovery.
Yeah, it's a pretty layered situation, isn't it? It's not just about a new romance. It's about family ties, image management, personal struggles, and maybe even a chance for a fresh start. It really gives you a glimpse into the complicated lives these public figures lead.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're peeking behind the curtain a little bit and seeing the human side of these larger than life personalities. It makes you think about how much we really know about the people we see in the headlines.
It's a good reminder that everyone has their own story, their own struggles and triumphs, even the ones who seem to have it all.
That's a great point. So, as we end this deep dive into the world of Tiger Woods and his unexpected new relationship, I want to leave you with this thought. Given everything we know about Tiger, the incredible highs, the very public lows, and now this surprising turn of events, what do you think the future holds for him? Not just in terms of his golf career, but in his life as a whole. It's something to ponder, isn't it? The complexities of fame, the search for happiness, and the constant evolution of a life lived in the spotlight.
Yeah, it's definitely food for thought.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.